What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's get into it. Now, wow. All I can say is wow. If this would have happened a day earlier, me talking to Wack, we would have a lot to talk about now. Oh my goodness. So, Ray J decided to expose the truth. He is upset after the last episode of the Kardashian show on Hulu or whatever it is has put them in a bad light. Now, on the show, it was made it out to be like Ray J was extorting her, even though he was never asking for any money or trying to extort the woman for money. Now, with all of this being said, with all of this going on in the world that we know of today, let's look at the pros and cons of what's actually happening. First off, Ray J was really ticked off at the fact that he reveals all the details, but besides everything that was happening. Now, I was sitting back watching developments take place and, you know, and as I was watching it, I was saying to myself, I don't I don't think this is the way, somebody should go. As far as, the direction. But because if you signed a legal contract, that means you're binding to probably a NDA. And that's a non-disclosure agreement. It's similar to a confidentiality agreement, same thing. Non-disclosure agreement. And if they sign that contract could have a non-disclosure clause that's in the contract. So I don't know. Wack is the manager, so I would have asked Wack about that, the contract, because he keep talking about he was there, the lawyers, and blah blah blah. Right now, he's been promoting this on his Clubhouse channel, where he says, and I'm listening, and he stated he's seen the tapes. He know how bad the tapes are. Right? And he's seen all this stuff, and oh man, there's some stuff on there she don't want to see. And all of these things that he said was on this tape. Now, she's come out and said there's nothing on the tapes. Ray J came out and said that he was never in possession of any of the tapes. They were never in his possession. Now, he has leaked out text messages. He went to Daily Mail, gave an exclusive interview to them, and sat down with them and told them about everything and said the Kardashians used his name and abused his name and made billions of dollars off taking and talking about a topic he's never really spoken about public. Well, Ray J was hurt and said that the whole idea came from that One Night in Paris sex tape with Paris Hilton. One Night in Paris. Now, Paris is a friend of Kim, and it's supposed to be an accidental leak. And it was, oh man, One Night in Paris. It gave them popularity. So they went and recorded themselves having sex and made their little tape or whatever. And being able to shop it was a discussion that went on between him and Kim. Then it went on to involving the mom. Now, Ray J said that they saw how the tape boosted Paris Hilton's profile when she made it with that Rick, what's his name, Salomon, the poker player. And then Kim said she didn't want to do it, but embraced the idea when Kris organized its release through Vivid Entertainment, according to Ray J. A process he had very little to nothing to do with. The eventual contract was signed by Ray J and Kim, and it was for 3 videos, including 2 sex tapes. One made at the Esperanza Hotel in Cabo, St. Lucas, Mexico, and one created in Santa Barbara. A third tape that is listed as an intro into the Cabo footage. Only one tape, the video shot that was in Cabo, was released, and Ray J told everybody that was at Daily Mail that all of these tapes was kept at Kim Kardashian's house in a shoebox under the bed. Now, it was a birthday trip for Kim, and they was doing something a little extra while they was in the hotel room. And it's like she kept them all. She had to go find the tapes from Cabo and all that, and then present it. He said, I never had that tape in my possession in our whole relationship. I never had a single one at my house. She had them at her house. She always had all them tapes in a Nike box under her bed. I'm sure she got bigger beds and better boxes now. That's how it all came about. He's like, once I pitched the idea to her, she played around with it for a little bit. Then she jumped all on the idea when she talked to Kris. And it was out of my hands from there. Now, Ray J regrets the role he played in the tape because he's been publicly blamed for leaking it, one. Then, he's been unable to correct this mistake. Then, his records contract, he signed a contract without legal advice. And I'm like, wasn't Wack his manager? Why is Ray J saying he doing this without legal advice? Wasn't Wack your manager? Well, isn't that the manager's job, is to get a lawyer in there? This is what I should have been asking him. That's why I said I wished all this would have broke yesterday. We would have really had something to talk about. And then he didn't like the way he was basically the villain in the situation. Let me give people information about these tapes, right? These sex tapes or whatever. Let me explain what this is. What this is a case of these tapes always promote the woman. The man don't get any publicity off of the tapes. What tape blew the man up? None of them. They always boost the woman up. Because the most of the people that watch these tapes are the men. And they be like, man, I want to get with her. Oh, man, she fine. Yeah, I want to get with her. So they start looking at it, and from that standpoint of, oh, she look good. Oh, she's fine. Let me get with her. And then from that point on, everything else is crazy. They popularity, they stock rise. And that helped catapult them to a life of riches and billions of dollars while Ray J was going down. Now, what they should have done was keep Ray J happy. But they need him to be the villain. You see? The black guy, he was the one trying to make money. It ruined Ray J's career. He said he felt suicidal behind the whole thing. And he's like, man, to watch them create an empire from a lie that they created, it's heartbreaking and disrespectful to me. And I was the entertainer. And I was true to my craft. Then he says, as a black man living in America, working in America, it's hard to get up every day and look out at the water and look at my family and know that they think something about you that's not, that is basically 1,000% the other way. How do you live like that? But see, this is what Ray J don't understand. And what if he had a real manager, he would have understood. This was a bad look for him. This was not going to give you the shine you thought it was going to give you. See, everything is good when the money's coming in. People are not thinking down the road. At that time, Ray J didn't have children. He wasn't a father. He was a single man. And basically, he made a single man mistake. But when you start having kids, you start thinking, man, what if my kids see this? And then I'm going to have to sit down and talk to them about stuff I did in my 20s. Like, man, I don't even want to have this conversation. But now he's made to look like he's crazy. And, he's the one that's doing all this and pulling the strings and trying to manipulate her and control her. And, oh, Ray J, this was his idea. And he sold the tape. He know what he did. And now he can't even get on a major network television show like Dancing with the Stars or America's Got Talent because they said his image. And his image was made to look bad, and he's not allowed to be in places like that. And he says he's been walking around on eggshells because people thinking he's going to get in trouble for telling the truth. And he's been holding on to it for 14 years. And he's like, and I'm just watching television and they're humiliating me and they're celebrating my destruction on television. So he's not going to hold it anymore. He's like, where in this whole story did Ray J become the person who leaked the tape and who made their lives miserable? How do you believe that Ray J is the enemy of all enemies when we've been partners from the very beginning of this tape and being released up until now? We are still making money. But yet, you go and defame me and blame me over and over again. I can't do nothing but defend my honor, speak out, and tell the truth. The final straws when he saw an episode and they was talking about sticking something, a dildo or something like that in his butt or something while she sleep. And that just really threw him over the line because Ray J's like, look, now y'all making me sound like, I'm an attacker of women, and taking advantage of them while they in a weakened state. And that makes him look that just further, worsens his brand. So he snapped. He sent Kim a DM. He said, "Why are you playing games, Kim? I've been nothing but a team player. We all had an agreement. Now you're trying to drag my name for your new show, and that ain't cool. You have effed up my business and relationships. When we sat down with blank and blank and your mom, we," he said, "we all planned of this together. Now you really are taking this lie to the next level, making me look crazy. I don't want to expose the real it that we did, but you are leaving me no choice. Kanye said, he said you wanted the footage, and I gave him all of the videos and pics and texts from me and you because I was trying to make things okay. And all of the videos and everything else. And I wanted to make you feel better. Now I realize this is another promo stunt for you. Unless you reach out to me soon, I'm going to take it to the level where it shows all of what we did, all of the meetings and convos about the plan, date and times of our meetings, and the whole lie you and Kris planned since the beginning. This is not a threat. You have taken this too far. You know what we did. Your mom controlled the whole sex tape deal. It was, oh, hold on. Okay, there it is. Your mom controlled the whole sex tape deal, and it was her idea to put out the, okay, what is that, agreement? Okay, well, I think it changed. I mean, flip. Okay. Now you want to make it seem like I'm doing it again without your control. All of these fake tears, your fans trusting you to be honest and sincere, but it's all fake for the cameras. I was playing my part until you started doing all of this. Why are you trying to ruin me? When you know I was just a player in this. You have to stop believing your own lies. I have to let the world know the real because you taking it too far now. Somebody needs to explain the play you are doing to be ASAP, or I will have no choice but to protect my brand and family and expose the real. I know how promos goes and I get it 100%, but it got out of control with this new story and my team is on my head thinking it's true. Me sticking a dildo in your butt while you was asleep is pretty out of control. When you wake up, if you felt that in your butt, I would hope so, Kimmy. It can never be that loose and open. Just kidding, but seriously, it makes me look like a attacker of women and a dirty perv. And I'm catching a lot of slack from it. That's why I hit you like this. Out of all these years since the tape, we've been able to build brands and make a lot of money. You already got to the billies. Please help me stay in the positive light. I want my kids to be proud of me. They are 3 and 2 years old. They are innocent. Please don't make their dad look like a loser when you know me more. It's Ray J, if you don't know who this is. Ray J. So then she pops up. Who is this? Oh, they talking about the whack interview I did. Okay, yeah, I forgot. It's out on the Patreon right now if you want to go see it. Carcino and Whack Conversation is on the Patreon right now, and it's on the burners and cooking. So anyway, Kim Kardashian pops up with the, "Hi, sorry I'm only seeing your above DMs now. I am happy to hear that you're doing well and congrats on your beautiful family. In regards to your last message, did you actually watch the episode? Because I didn't say a single bad thing about you. The show filmed in real time that day is hell that I had with my lawyers when your manager threatened to release another tape that didn't exist. And my son, who was 5 years old at the time, seeing an ad with my crying face emoji saying that Kim's new sex tape as clickbait in Roblox. It was upsetting to have to deal with, and I am, what she said, I am sure you can understand also how that feels if you're upset about the dildo comment. It was clearly a sarcastic joke, and I was laughing when I said it. My burn them to the ground comment was a generalization to anyone threatening to hold this over my head 20 years later. We're both parents now with young kids and careers, and I'm sure you want to move on from this just like I do, but your manager is the person who brought all of this up out of nowhere, and I have the right to share how it affected me. Next week episode airs where Kanye brings me the computer and he says he got it back from you, which shows you in a positive light for giving it to him. Thank you for doing that. My team is demanding me to respond to what's out there now because it gets worse every day. I don't say nothing now that we talk. I feel different. I was going to go extreme, but not anymore. How should I respond? I clearly understand and I appreciate hearing this from you. I want you to know I wish you nothing but the best for you. This has hurt us both in so many ways, and I know we are aligned in wanting to move forward in our lives and not continue to be defined by something we did 20 years ago. Thank you for reaching out, and my hope is that after next week, when everyone sees the computer was given back to Kanye, that this story will be dead and done with. Okay. All right. Just spoke with my team. This is still Kim Kardashian. We will get something out tomorrow morning to clarify that this was a joke and that you would never have done something like this. Hope this helps, and I'm sorry to hear how this has affected you. It wasn't my intentions. So that's what she put out. Now, what made Ray J go public? Did they renege on the not putting it out? You see, I wouldn't know because I don't watch the damn show. Seriously, I do not watch the show. So if I can't tell you if that was the case or if it wasn't the case. Yeah, well, did I ever meet Kim Kardashian? No. I never met Kim Kardashian. He wasn't with Kim. When I met Ray J, that stuff had already came and went. That was like came and gone. But the only one that benefited was Kim Kardashian. The person that made to look like the villain was Ray J. He was made to look like the villain, and Wack was his manager. I want to know why Wack is telling different stories, because she's saying there's nothing on the tape. Ray J saying I never had any tape. I just had some video footages, any images, text messages, DMs. I just sent that all to him. None of it was anything like Wack described. So my thing is, what is Wack, your manager, talking about there? Because Ray J definitely saying something entirely different. And my thing is, if you can't get on Dancing with the Stars, America's Got Talent, that's your manager's job. That's Wack 100's job. So that should be up to Wack 100. He should be able to make that work, right? I mean, you looking at something that's pretty crazy. And these two crazy people got to figure out how and what it is they're going to do moving forward. But looking at it now, I don't really care and give two damns about it anyway. But in reality, looking at it now, it's just another pathetic, it's just another pathetic attempt to try to draw some attention. Yeah. So now, yeah, well, I guess now people can move on with their lives. Absolutely. So let me go ahead and yes, let me go ahead and finish doing what I'm doing here and get up with something that really means something. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Love, peace, and hair grease. Shouts out to everybody out there holding it down. What in the world is going on over here? Okay, there's some craziness going on. Let me go ahead and deal with this. Thanks for everybody that hit up the super chat and everybody who hit the super thanks button. Yeah, the super thanks. Everybody's just learning about it. When they see the video post later and they see the super thanks out there, I want to super thank you guys for donating to that. And definitely my cash app is still Carcino, Karceno. I'll be thanking all my cash apps donations very shortly. But thank you for that, and I'm out.